Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark Guy, and I am back with another fun-filled video just for you guys. And today on the Knife Shark channel, we are going to talk about my good friend Troy. He is what I like to call an anodizing magician. If you guys remember, I showed you my Noomzon. I actually did a whole video on this knife where I had it anodized in royal blue. And as you can see, it is beautifully anodized in royal blue. However, after taking a good look at the knife, I realized that the pivots and the screws were all silver, and I thought that gave it such a nice pop that I had him do the same thing to the pocket clip. And so now the pocket clip actually now matches the lock bar stabilizer, Chris Reeve lock bar stabilizer that we're looking at right there, which I think is really awesome. That it makes the royal blue sort of stand out a little bit, gives it more of a pop. And I just thought he did such a fantastic job. And I was so excited the way this knife came out. I decided to let him stretch his anodizing skills a bit for me. And excuse me, as you guys know, I've got a zero tolerance or ZT0900 in my collection. You guys have been looking at the same boring silver ZT900 that I currently have, but if we take a look at it now, the knife has now been Troyized. Take a look at that, guys. It has got blue lightning streaks on gold, and it looks absolutely spectacular. I really couldn't believe how fantastic the anodizing came out on this. He hand draws the lightning strikes on this thing, by the way. It is just really fantastic. So happy with the way that came out. I was so surprised that I didn't think it was going to look as good as it did. And he did a hell of a job. If you want probably a better shot of this, you could also go on his Instagram channel and check it out over there. But yeah, I'm real happy about this. I'm going to be real happy to carry this in my pocket again. I stopped carrying it after a while because I got a bunch of customs and some newer knives. But yeah, I just thought he did a fantastic job with that. He also did my Spyderco Swish Bowie blue on the show side and then bronze on the back side, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Really couldn't believe what a great job he did. So the whole idea behind anodizing is to give your knife a different look, give it a little bit of pop, a little bit of color, and you don't have to spend that much. I got 5 knives done for the price of a knife, for $300. I thought it was worth every freaking penny because the knives are so different looking from what they were before. Got a little oil on it. Let me wipe that off there. Yeah, I mean, the knife really just looked kind of boring to me. And the fact that the anodizing on it gives it new life is the idea behind having your knives anodized. If you love a knife so much and it's something that you use every day, getting the knife anodized is really a great way to give it a nice look. And you also don't have to spend money on a brand new knife. Basically, you're just taking your old knife and having it redone, and it feels like you got a brand new knife. So it's almost the same effect. So I'm gonna go show you one more piece that he did for me. Actually, 2 pieces. The other one's quite minor. This is my Sebenza 25. We did a gold fading into blue, and it looks spectacular. I love it. It's got that fading, sort of like powder blue, fading into a darker royal blue. and gold on top. For the micarta scales, they did not look like this originally. When Troy sent it back to me, it had all these it had like that white sort of powdery look to it, which I wasn't crazy about. So I took some oil, which is weight 85 synthetic oil, and I just kind of rubbed it right over the micarta scales to get them jet black. And now it looks really fantastic. So I kind of added that on my knife, the little oil on there, get the micarta looking jet black. But it looks fantastic. It really does. Basically, to keep them clean, you just want to get a little Windex and wipe it down. And it'll brighten up the color a little bit. Certainly does that for the ZT there. Really spectacular. Really fantastic work. For my custom Van Heerden, he didn't do much, only because I wanted him to do the pivot and the pocket clip, but in this case he could only do the pocket clip because the pocket clip was titanium, and I was so disappointed to find out that the pivot was not. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, but that's not his fault, you know. It's the maker's fault. They didn't give me a titanium pivot so that Troy could blow it up. So, but, you know, you get what you can get. And I'm still very happy with the work that this guy has done. I'm going to have him probably do more if I get more knives. Or if I come across a knife that I'm so bored with that I really can't stand looking at it anymore. We'll get it Troy-ized again. And I just hope I get a chance to have him do something else to my pieces. Let's get a bit of shot. Look at that blue titanium clip. It really does match the liners. So if you take a look at the liners, they are sort of that blue, maybe the backspacer. Yeah, there you go. It's quite blue, shiny blue color. And now the pocket clip matches that. So that's what I wanted on the knife. And he really did that very successfully. It's also my favorite knife, by the way, because it does that. Super, super smooth. I mean, I just love the way that does that. That's not really part of this video, but I can't stop doing it because it's so freaking ridiculously smooth. I mean, the damn thing falls shut. So, again, if you guys are thinking about getting your knives anodizing or considering getting your knives anodizing, it's definitely an option you're going to want to do. It's an experience that I think every knife collector should go through, especially if the knife is an everyday user. Now, I kind of hesitated with my Sebens 25 because it's a discontinued piece. So that's something you might want to consider. But the way I looked at it, you know, I obviously by getting this done on the Spence 25, I have now voided the Chris Reeve warranty on this piece, but that's okay because I could probably take this over to Troy and he'll do the spot treatment for me, but right now it doesn't need anything other than just use it every once in a while. And of course, you know, I don't use Spence 25 all that much because I've got, you know, 4 other Chris Reeve knives that I own, including my Nkosi, which is my most used knife in my collection. I always seem to carry that in my pocket a lot. It's just so comfortable. That the Sebens 25 are probably not going to see. I'm not going to say I'm going to tuck it away in a box, but I'm still going to use it. I mean, obviously, if somebody needs something to cut and it happens to be what's in my pocket, I'll hand it to them. They'll use it. But I just won't be using it as heavily, so that is it. I don't know what more to say. Troy is the man in the anodizing world as far as I'm concerned. There are other people that do the same exact service, but this guy takes all of his concentration, all of his effort, all of his love into doing your knives up, and he really enjoys it. And the fact that the guy took the time to hand draw these lightning strikes on my ZT, I mean, what more can you possibly ask for? I mean, a guy who will sit there and actually hand draw the lightning strikes on your knife, you know, that kind of makes it like a customizing gem. So really happy that he did that. Really happy with all the knives that came out of his shop. I'm just kind of disappointed that I don't have any more knives for him to do at this point in time. But, you know, I will meet Troy again. We'll do something again. I've got plans for to buy a Benchmade Anthem, and while I do enjoy that color, I'd rather probably have it done in something else. So one more time, a word about anodizing. You're going to be limited to colors. You got to be aware of that. There's no red. There's no black. Because red turns pink from what I understand, but there's no red, there's no black, there's no orange. You are basically limited to the color spectrum. And actually, when you talk to Troy, or if you decide to get your knives done by Troy after seeing this video, my hat's off to you, because the guy's really fantastic at what he does. He will show you the spectrum. He'll tell you what he can do color-wise. It is a fun process to text him on Instagram back and forth and discuss ideas with him. You're probably going to drive him crazy, but he doesn't complain because he knows in the end you're going to want to get your knives done. So he does understand your excitement. He does understand your need to get your knives back right away. That was another thing with Troy. You had to put up with me constantly texting him, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet? And, you know, I'm just so surprised he didn't, you know, try and stick his hand through my iPhone and wring my neck, you know. You know, give me a break, dude. I'm still working on him. So he was real patient. And in my opinion, if Troy likes you, he'll be patient with you too. Because he has a passion for this hobby, just like I do, just like you do, all of us do. So I think it's actually an honor for him to contribute to knife collecting in this way, by getting your knives dolled up and fixed up in case, you know, when you get bored. You know, I mean, I think the experience is kind of like taking your old car to, I don't know, maybe get some new hubcaps, or, you know, get it done at an auto body shop, get them refinished. The same thing with the knives. Same exact concept. You know, those guys that do finishes on cars, that's all they do. So, in effect, this is the same exact concept. This is all Troy does. He does it in a hobby. And I do want to say one last thing about Troy. I made the mistake in my last Troy video of saying that the guy's making his own knives. He actually laughed at that part of my video, and I want to thank him for laughing, because he says he doesn't make his own knives. He basically said that he's not that talented. But after seeing these knives here, I don't know. I honestly think that if he really concentrated on making a knife, he probably could. So I want to go ahead and shout out to all my subscribers out there. I don't have very many of you guys, but let's go ahead and convince Troy to attempt to make a knife. You know, we'll push him into doing it. We'll get him to do it. He's a real cool guy. I love him. I can't wait to get a Benchmade Anthem, just so he can go and work on it, and I can do another video. So this is it. This is pretty much the video. This is all I have to do for Troy Part 2. I hope this video has been educational for you. I hope the video has been fun for you. It's been fun for me. It's been a hell of a lot of fun playing with these knives all day, just looking at them and enjoying it. I was lucky enough to only get a half a day of work because the entire office closed. So as soon as the office closed, I ran home and pulled out my blades and said, let's just enjoy. So while I was sitting here enjoying, I thought it was time to go do part 2 of Troy. So my initial plan was to actually do this video live, but unfortunately I couldn't do it. I'm so depressed over that. You have to have 1,000 subscribers, and I didn't realize that. So who knows? Maybe if I get more of you guys out there, maybe Troy will help me out with more viewers. I'll get to that 1,000 as quickly as possible. But at the same time, this is all part of having your own channel. You want to get better at doing the videos. So for now, this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off, hoping you'll find one of your knives, anodized, as part of your collection. So this is Omar the Knife Shark Guy signing off once again. Thanks a lot, and I will see you guys in my next video. And to Troy, I don't know, I hope this video does your work justice. I hope this kind of helps you get more customers. So I'll talk to you guys later. Happy Memorial Day weekend. You guys take it easy out there. Over and out.